Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23 and 0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the
And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host Sasha, aka Booberry. I was thinking the other day, bro. Did anyone ever have blueberries? Who the fuck ate those? Like, you have to be mad rich. That shit was never on sale.
I did. No, it was not on sale, but you could catch it right after Halloween, and that shit would be deeply discounted, bro.
I never had it.
Deeply.
Was it good?
You know what? Hell yeah, bro.
I haven't seen it in grocery stores in a while.
No, my son asks for it every year, bro. Yeah, it probably does, but it's real facts coming from the National Meat Treasure. It's your boy, Christian, aka Count Chocula, because
No, you were going with that. Yes.
we're gonna go with that. I don't know. I think it's topical because Pete Davidson, and that skit when Dave Chappelle's like, he's like, look at Pete Davidson, America. You can't tell me he's not black. Like, and that sticks in my head for the rest of my life. You never saw that, Joey?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a good fucking skit. It's them talking about like canceling like the famous brands like Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima, and he's the voice of Allstate. And he's like, you can't fire me. I'm yeah. I'll kick it off to you, Joey. Yeah.
Man, and I'm Thriller from the Three, aka Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast, and today is a special episode again.
Oh, gentlemen. Yes, it is. Coming all the way from airwaves far and wide in Linwood, California, our boy Franky from the Little Brown Boys joining us. I mean, this is momentous, boys.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me, bro.
You got a podcast OG on here. You've been kicking it since like what, 2018?
Yeah, definitely. We've been working sinse 2018, dog. If I could pick a cereal, bro, I'd be Raisin Bran, straight up. Because
Raisin Bran, that's a bold choice, bro. That's really bold.
You know, when I'm in the sun, fool, I just get browner, dog, and I get fucking wrinkly. So, Raisin Bran, dog.
But where are the raisins? Are the raisins your nipples?
Yeah, my nuts, bro. Yeah. Fuck it, my nuts.
My nuts. Yeah. So I got this deep complex, and so you might not know this, Franky, and we're already rolling, right? So the reality is, I look very white to a lot of people, right? But I have this complex because my nuts and my dick are brown, right? So I look at them and they're like dark, right? Like, you know, I'm like, nah, they don't look like all these other, like, you know, light skinned guys. They got like little peach things. Not me, bro. Not me. Look at Sasha just running off. Like, is he looking at his?
Go check his nuts.
He's like, oh shit!
Gotta confirm
the whole time. I thought I'm not. Yeah, no. I have a complex about it, bro.
One time I heard this podcast with Felipe Esparza. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's called the Enchilada Casserole. And his wife talked about how dark his balls are and how like light skinned he is up here, but his balls are super black. So it's like, I get it, bro.
Yo, I get it. Like
I had a. You know what's crazy about the colors of genitals? There was this girl one time, and she was just like, grab my dick, look, and the head of my penis is kind of striped weirdly. I don't particularly know why. And she was like, I love the stripes. And I was just like,
I love your penis.
You know, is that normal? I don't know. It's a decorative penis, but it's all really the same color. It's just there's kind of stripes that are a bit lighter.
We're already off the rails.
Fashion.
Yeah,
we're already off the rails.
The homie two-tone over here.
Yeah, no, you know what he is? He's that zebra stripe gum. That's what he is.
Dog, talk about old school shit. That gum lasted about 10 seconds full of flavor, and then it was just rubber.
Like, but it's the best 10 seconds.
Seriously,
it's the best 10 seconds, bro.
And it had jokes.
Teaches you about love.
Had jokes. Some of them had like some fucking weird ass like quotes for life for kids. Yeah, and tattoos. Yeah, it's sick ass
tattoos. Yeah.
Before we riff, let's let Franky introduce himself a little bit to our viewers. Who are you? What pause us after his intro and go follow their stuff. Tell them where to find you. Once at the top and once at the bottom.
We're the Little Brown Boys podcast. We're a comedy podcast here based in LA. We like to give a platform to all our homies that are doing cool ass shit. You know, we try to I do stand up comedy, My homeboy does too. Pancho Chavez, shout out to my boy. Shout out to Viet too. Viet speak English. He also does comedy. We're just a bunch of fools that just get together and fucking keep it real. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's practically it. Fool. We try to keep shit raw and just straight to the point with our guests. Recently, we just had this chick that does she does vegan food for a pop up, and we're not vegan, so we just came in, let her talk about veganism and shit like that. So yeah, if people want to fucking follow us and see us, we're the Little Brown Boys on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, everything, bro.
You know, I got to talk
What's
about
up?
that because I discovered you guys just randomly off of Instagram, and I was like, oh shit, look, like, you know, because there's not a lot of Latinos in the podcast space. There's not a ton that come to mind, especially like the big ones are definitely like you got a couple of them. So I was like, oh cool, like this is like just it sounds like my podcast. Like it just sounds like dudes,
Yeah.
you know, bullshit and breezing and going through everything.
In LA,
Yeah.
the podcast is super oversaturated here. But what we try to do, we try to get rooted with the community. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we get some foods that are rapping, we get some foods that are singing, we get some foods that are like, oh, we do fucking tacos, but we use blue tortillas instead of regular tortillas. You know what I mean? And then we just try to highlight foods that are doing cool shit. And I think that's going good for us, you know, because a lot of foods want to get to the top, but they don't want to stay like they don't want to build a community or a following. They just want to get to the top. You know what I mean? But I think what we're doing is pretty cool. So I mean, but at the same time, don't fuck around. Don't fuck around because we'll roast your ass too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Speaking of what you just said too, because I was just listening to a recent episode you guys had, and something you said really resonated with me. It was you were saying that, you know, in LA specifically, everyone's concerned about followers, right? Like everyone wants to have the most followers, and you were saying how, you know, it's not really about followers, it's how much money you make with the following you have. And then you flexed a little bit because right after that was an ad read for a local business, and I was like, oh, he's getting to it. He's getting to it immediately.
Yeah.
If there's one thing about me, bro, if there's one thing about me, bro, I'm a fucking asshole and a bitch sometimes. You know what I mean? At the same time, business wise, because you gotta be like that. Like I try to put people on into like making these business relationships, and then I flex them. You know what I mean? Because then you gotta show people like you're about it. You gotta do it, speak it, and be about it. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the point of that one. And I'm so glad that you caught that shit.
It's a reality.
The right ones will. So like, let me tell you something. Because I had a question. I'm sorry, I'm taking over here, but I like to pick people's brains. So like, for us, right? We're in 3 different locations. I'm in Detroit, Christian's in Pennsylvania, Joey's in Staten Island, you know, the land of nowhere. Do you think we could also do this with locals, even though we're in different places? Like, do you think it would be a harder sell to like how do you like? Do you just walk into a local business, or do you just like email a local business like, yo, I got this podcast. Here's my media kit. Here's our following. Do you even say the following? Like, how do you set something like that up?
Well, I mean, first of all, you're not gonna know whether like you're not gonna get a yes or no off the back without trying. I mean, if that makes any sense, you know, like there are rejection. There has been a lot of rejection. There's been a lot of like, you know, misunderstandings, but you do got to pursue it, bro. That's one thing I try to teach like the homies that are trying to get into this type of media and stuff, that you got to pursue what you want, and you got to know what you want, because if you're just coming into places and you're just throwing an idea in the air, and then it's gonna land wherever it lands, and you didn't have a plan, you didn't have like a market, you didn't know anything that you were gonna do from the beginning. You just walked in there and asked for a partnership without knowing where the fuck you're going. So like that might flop on you, you know. But since you guys are in 3 different locations, bro, I would be like out there. Yeah, I'd be turned up. I'd be giving each other homework, getting at least 3 or 4 businesses, trying to make partnerships, trying to make business how do you say it, sponsorships, trying to make like some sort of program where you guys are promoting them and you're getting something in return, but at the same time you're like you know, rooting yourself to the community, rooting yourself to your audiences, because there's a lot of fools with businesses, dog. There's people out here with goals and entrepreneurship, you know. So why not help the little homie? Why do you want to get all the way to the top? Manscaped ain't doing shit for nobody, bro, but themselves. You know what I mean? You feel me?
It's funny because I was literally gonna put together a media kit just for Manscaped just to see if I can get it because it seems like they're giving them to everybody, bro. Everywhere I look, there's a Manscaped ad.
I feel that, but like I'm really like proud of my skin color and my culture and everything, and especially here in LA, fool. Like and I'm not trying to say that I'm the only one, bro, because there's tons of people that are proud of being Latino or African American or Colombian or whatever, bro. It's just like I would rather 100 times be rooted to the carniceria, the meat market down the street, than be helping like a major corporation, bro. Know what I mean? I look out for like, well, I'm not. Who the fuck am I, fool? I'm not gonna run for mayor. You know what I'm saying? But I really do.
Good. I believe in you.
No,
like an alderman, bro. No, I got you putting the battery in our back, so to speak, bro. Like
if that's what it takes, fool. Like and I helped a little bit, fool. I'm all for it, dog. I'm all for it.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, that'll get us there, man.
Thank you, Alderman fucking Franky.
Hey, fool, straight up, bro. Like
city council. That's what you're going for.
I'd be having nightmares of my past, fool, because I was a fucking demonic ass fool in my teen years. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, no, that's not me no more. That's not me no more.
But it is.
Yo,
it always is. Just a little bit.
I mean, you could be a politician. Did you see this twerking senator? Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, that was fire, bro. Like what?
I love her. That is my type. Followed her on TikTok immediately. For those who are listening and don't know, there was basically a senator in Rhode Island, and like I feel like people when they hear senator, they think like a super serious white man politician. But senators don't actually make a lot of money at all, and there's like a million kinds of senators. So she's just like a local.
State senators don't.
Federal senators do not. So she is a senator in Rhode Island. She's what, like 26, and she had a video on TikTok basically twerking on a handstand on a beach while she was on vacation. And I don't think she was 100% trying to be political about it, because she was just like, listen, I'm a person. Like, just because I'm in politics does not mean I'm not a human being. Whatever. And, she did make the point. She did make the point that, like, yo, I'm a black woman. Like, it don't matter what the fuck I like. Niggas make fun of Michelle Obama's arms. Like, it don't matter what the fuck I do. Like, someone's gonna say something about me
in the world. Like somebody just making fun of somebody's arms, bro. I listen. I'll say this. We're one step closer to normalizing OnlyFans for a state senator. We're one step closer. Listen, it's maybe not. It's not a big step. We're not saying anything like that, but imagine you could support your city council by subscribing to their OnlyFans or their own man.
I've seen hotness right now.
Space some fire right now. You got me. Hey, fool, I would fucking donate to the campaign so hard.
Yeah. I mean, and you could write that off. Think about it, right? So it's a political donation.
I'll promote that shit.
It's a political donation. You can definitely get it a write-off.
This could backfire because, like, what if Nancy Pelosi starts an OnlyFans right now?
Fire! I'm all for it. Fire! I want to see those knockers.
You got to see it through.
I want to see those knockers, dog. Are they fucking, like, you know what I mean? Are they perfectly shaped? Are they mollywopped? Are they, you know what I mean?
I want mollywopped, bro. They gotta be like. Come on,
they have really
bro.
good health insurance, bro. They have really good health insurance.
But
government.
This isn't a woman like that's actually like, bro. We're talking about breast augmentation for Nancy Pelosi. If this doesn't get us on the FBI watch list, like I don't know what will.
I've kind of always been curious how various female politicians keep their pubic hair, like, because they're all older than us, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, I know how a girl who's like 28 to 35, 40 keeps their pubic hair, because that's my dating pool, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know what Hillary Clinton's looking like under the pantsuit. I have no idea.
13 stripes like the flag. She has fucking
that's a good idea.
Are you talking about Betty Ross as like throwing it back for you? Betty Ross throwing it in a circle. That shit would be actually that would make
crazy because like better. Think about it. There's definitely gonna be somebody in porn. You know how I know this? Because when I was somebody in our lifetime is gonna be like a porn star turned politician, and I know this because when Trump was in office, there was a couple of white women I could not spank to anymore because they would just offer their political opinions on Twitter. I'm like, you were sucking dick 3 videos ago, and now you're saying Trump for a second term. Like, I don't know what was the goal of your Twitter there. I don't know if you thought this was your audience. I think what's weirder though is the dudes in the comments like, yeah, 4 more years, and I'm like, bro, you have your dick in your hand right now.
You got your dick out. Your dick is out. It's out right now. Your dick is out.
Like, you know what I mean? She was sucking dick 3 days ago on set, and now she's having political opinions. You have dick in hand, going, I really rock with this. Blue Lives Matter, hell yeah.
That's funny.
Blue Lives Matter porn. Hold on, did we find a new niche? Like, it's just a bunch of like gangly white women with
Although,
with
did you hear about the Lisa Ann thing?
No, what happened to
The
Lisa Ann?
thing was so basically Lisa Ann was told that like her like stock or whatever would like go down if she like kept fucking black dudes. So she had like a year where she only did like gangbangs with black dudes. That was her political power.
We stand an ally.
She was a hero.
We stand a queen ally.
Oh yeah.
Elite milk.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro. And political parties need to get with the media times, bro. An OnlyFans with a campaign sounds fire. Honestly,
yeah.
I would
you know what
for that quick,
bro. I'll give those
imagine
$5
you deliver your political.
It'll be motivating,
right?
Uh-huh.
We can do this. OnlyFans could be a direct outlet to your base, right? Pun intended. And it can though, right? Like, you can send direct political messages and people like dick in hand. I'm like, I'm ready. Right. Like, who doesn't listen better than a man with his dick in his hand? Like, he's
yeah, I get you.
Okay.
You know,
like
the
whole time,
like
3 minutes of just like, yeah, that sounds like a sensible foreign policy.
It's so boring, bro. The voting system is so boring. They should spank it to whatever political party camp, like, you know, whatever you want. And then once you're clear-minded, you know when you just nutted and you're clear-minded, everything makes sense. You know what I mean? You know that you're fucking up in life and like, damn, I should fucking pay my credit card. All that shit comes into right after you fucking nut. Then you should vote. Immediately, you have a window of 10 seconds of righteousness where you can vote, bro. And I think that's the window that fucking people should vote at.
Imagine
you're doing this.
Could you imagine though, like, if you just drive to the polls and like it's a bunch of dudes with like dry cum on their shirt?
Just papers, like ballots all fucking stuck together and shit.
Like, you put in the ballot, it goes, like, oh shit!
What?
It's crazy though.
No dumpster babies, only poll box babies, right?
Yeah.
Or no more dumpster babies.
But you gotta think about it though, because it's like, if you think about it, right? Like, remember how cringy Hillary Clinton was because she was trying to get millennial votes? Well, Gen Z is gonna be able to vote like now. So these politicians are going to be doing some weird shit in the next presidential election for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they already put curtains at the polls. You know, they already put curtains at the polls. Might as well use them correctly.
Yo, that's a fact.
Ooh, that's a really good.
Put curtains and massage parlor beads.
Oh my god! And then a hole, just in the booth.
Just fucking put a hole right there, dog.
Let's just put a glory hole. Fuck it. We got it all. Holy shit! That's gonna be a.
So wait, hold on. If you are, wait. I have a question now. If you're on the other side of a glory hole sucking off voters, are you a civil servant?
Yo, that's OT.
Yeah,
yo,
definitely.
Is that a state job?
Definitely.
That's $45 an hour, easy. With benefits. With full benefits, dog.
That's definitely like the Department of Elections has to give that.
That's a level 3 FBI clearance, automatic.
Yo,
it's like free gym membership with your insurance type of benefits. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
You get to go to Area 51 when you do that, for sure.
Clapping alien ass.
Speaking of, you're closer to Area 51 than we are. Like, what's your stance on aliens? How do you feel about them? Have you gone to Area 51?
Here we go. This is my shit right here, bro. So I've been doing shrooms lately, right? A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been tripping out on that shit, dog. Like, I've been like, yo, I've been looking at shrooms and looking how mushrooms like they're all interconnected somehow in their little garden. And I was thinking the other day, like, we're all humans, we're all like a being, we're all interconnected. And what if we're interconnected with another world and they're finally trying to connect with, like, come over here? And that's why there's so much this alien shit like happening thus far. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting ready to come and shit. Like, no pun. They're ready. They're getting ready to come. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of the day. But I'm all for it, fool. I'm all for aliens, fool. The alien shit. Cool. I want to kick it with an alien, dog. I want to, like, invite it to the carne asada and just like, hey, what's up with you, dog? Teach me some shit. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
I gotta
ask though, why you just did this a couple times already in this episode, but you just blew my mind because you went ahead and just glazed over something that not a lot of people know about, like the whole like fungi network. And
yeah,
I think we got to rewind and let people know you're not like what you're talking about right here.
That's what it's called, the fungi network.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I guess yeah. So if you don't know, there is a network that fungi can actually communicate because they only procreate through spores. So they're able to send messages and also subterranean messages to each other. So they don't need. They have this own type of language, which is fucking cool. And he just went ahead and said aliens can definitely be a part of that same network where we just feel like there's something there, and vice versa.
I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, but just like you know what I mean. I just listen to it. I don't really.
Yeah, he's like, I don't fuck with him.
I don't fuck with him.
I had to stop with the Joe Rogan
like that.
I don't
bang with him like that no more. But
I recently tapped into Sam Tripoli's Tinfoil podcast. Right now, that fool's crazy too. So
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, that
I gotta
was
listen
cool.
to that.
Shout out to Johnny Betancourt. I had the pleasure of being with Sam Tripoli not so long ago, and that fool. You want to talk about conspiracies and being smart but dumb at the same time? That's the guy right there.
Oh, God.
I'm smart but dumb, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll say some smart shit every once in a while and have some fire ass ideas, but I'll be dumb as fuck about them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we talked about this the last podcast. It's like part of like my skill set is knowing a lot of dumb shit, but like none of it that I can make into money, and like nothing that like I would enjoy, like like it. I just can't like make. I got to figure this out. This is the lifelong quest for me to figure out how to be able to tell you, fungi networks and shrimp
podcasting is for, baby.
Yeah, but to answer your question about that fungi shit, yeah, fool, I'd be tripping out. I think like I overthink shit and I overanalyze shit, and then I'd just be like, I'll put like some dumb label over it. I thought fungi would work. Like I thought they were connected through just like veins and shit, like underneath the ground. But now you're saying spores. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, it's wild.
Aliens are on the way. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah.
I'm here for it.
What if
I don't think aliens are coming to us, Doug. I really don't. My theory is that. So my theory about the universe is that like we as humans can only see but so far into the universe, right? So like I really think that what we can see is like the most minimal 0.00000 times infinity fraction of the actual universe. And like we probably are living on a creature right now and we just don't know it. In the same way that there's like amoeba on our hands and shit, like there's millions of like things living in our eyeballs that aren't even aware of us and we aren't aware of them.
Did you just watch Men in Black? Just watch Men in Black? Because that's exactly
where they're playing with
how trippy was that shit, bro?
Yeah,
how trippy is that shit? Like, whoa, look, what the fuck are they doing? And like, they're just playing marbles with galaxies and shit.
Bro, how fucking fucked up would it be if Men in Black was based on a true story, dog?
Because it is, bro.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, right.
It's definitely gotta be. Somebody
I'd be so tight because if I could erase some of my memories, bro, like if that technology exists and I don't have it, that's just foul. I need that.
So I think the question that comes up is which X would you erase? Because that's what the first thing a man would use that for.
I think you can say it on air. Go ahead.
I got a couple of those shits, boo.
Go ahead, Joey. Go ahead, Joseph Hashado. Please publicly air it out.
I actually couldn't even tell you because my exes would all have been like weird random makeout sessions in the hallways of high school before I was 17. So
Yeah.
I just wish I could, all the cringe moments, all the weird moments.
Oh, take back
Those
those
moments
moments.
that humble you. No, you need the. So
Yeah.
see, I wouldn't erase my cringe
Character
moments because
development.
there's sometimes where I'm feeling myself too much, and then I think about like an outfit I wore when I was like 19, and I was like, let me
Bring you back down a little bit.
So those are character building. I need those.
I know.
Okay.
But I got some exes I might delete.
Yeah, I got some
I would
outfits
delete it.
I've worn that I want to get rid of, like in my memory. Yeah, dog.
Bro.
Plus, like imagine that flex. Like if like you erase an ex entirely, right, and then you bump into that ex, and they give you this look, and then you come up
It's
to them
eternal
like,
sunshine.
you're looking at me real weird. I'm sorry. Have we met before?
Fucking
And then
vanilla.
Bro,
like you.
You're just explaining different plots from different movies. Okay, that's the eternal sunshine on the spotless mind, my friend. You didn't
I
come
feel
up with
like-
this like.
You can get stabbed that way.
Hold on,
You have,
you
like, a
could.
crazy
Well,
ex?
you remember
LA?
that
What
Black
ex
Mirror
would stab
episode?
you? I don't think I have any exes that would stab me. I don't think any of my exes like wish harm on me. Like
I do.
maybe like I have maybe like one ex that might want me to stub my toe, but I don't think they want me to die.
That's
I
good.
have
Wow.
gotten stabbed by an ex, so
Like that's good.
yeah, like I
He
have
said,
that
"I
effect
have
on
gotten
women, bro.
stabbed."
I have that effect on women. I am not like this, like cool and like I'm sweet and I'm romantic, but like the real side of me is
Samesies.
I'm pretty
Jack going hot
I'm pretty
over
sure
here.
my wife wants to drown me half the time.
Yeah, I feel that.
You looked upstairs like I hope she gets
She just came in. She just walked in and she handed me a Red Bull. So thank you, baby. Because I need it, bro.
Is that how she drowns you? Is the Red Bull poison? Oh, get somebody to test that. Don't drink it. Don't drink it. Just
It's over.
Imagine.
well, I mean, I'm single, drinking White Claw by myself, so I'm really poisoning myself. I'm my own worst enemy, and that's the lesson. here.
Okay.
Oh, I stopped
But-
drinking a while ago, so I'm drinking like some NAs, some
Nice.
0.0s.
I've
Nice.
never met anybody who actually enjoys them, and I know that like it's a market that's expanding, which is
Yeah.
kind of like because I did beer buying for Whole Foods like in 2009ish, 2008.
Sick ass flex.
But like nobody like we had like non-alcoholic, right? But it was only like maybe two at the time. I think it was
Oh,
What's the
duels
one?
and fucking.
Duels. I think it was a Jewish brand. It was like some really
Crystal?
like Hasidic dudes. Something
he-
crazy. I don't remember.
Here in LA, it's booming because like there's a bunch of. I mean, I hate to say it, fool, but there's a grip of influencers, a grip of fucking lifestyle fools out here. That like, there's even breweries that are all based non-alcoholic breweries. People just want the taste, but they don't want none of the effects. Yeah, there's Athletic Brewing Co. They're like
Yeah.
a brewing company for athletes, but it has
Bro,
none
that
of the
sounds like a very Californian idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then San Diego just opened one. I think it's called Ballast Point, but it's like they have the ones with the alcohol effect in it, but they also have like their section for non-alcoholics. I mean, non-alcohol.
Crazy, bro.
I'm an alcoholic. I be telling everybody, I just got a problem, bro. I'm not trying to flex on nobody. I got issues.
No, bro. Listen, we all gotta find what kind of gets in our way, and if we gotta eliminate it, then we eliminate it, and we do it the best way we can. But the thing is, with non-alcoholic beer,
Yeah.
I only had Old Duels, and it was nasty. How's that? That
Shit, this
Heineken
is
you
cool.
got.
I
Free
mean,
promo.
I mean, I've drank fucking worse, bro. I've drank so much like
Drink
nasty
worse.
shit before. So these are just like a walk in the park for me, bro. But I've been told like with all my comedy homies and all the homies that I hang out with, they're like, enough, bro. Like we get it, you're sober. Every time I walk into a spot and I have one of these, they're just like, get the fuck out of here with your shit. Because I
Adios.
think
Please.
Peer
fucking
pressure.
yeah, they've been in the fridge and they've gotten one of these without like knowing that it had
Realizing
zero alcohol, and they're downing them and they're like, what's up with these, bro? And I'm like, yo, they have zero alcohol, dog.
Nothing.
Why are you
That's
drinking
just-
my shit?
Why you drink? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
the peer
Bro,
pressure. I was actually having a conversation last night because somebody was like I've come to terms with the fact that I'm like the only person on the planet who doesn't smoke weed, And this girl was like, yeah, I've never been peer pressured. And I was like, yeah, I have. Like, anytime I bring up that I don't smoke weed, like, there's always at least a conversation around it. And she was like, wait, so you do all this other stuff, but you don't smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, the conversation starts exactly like that, yes. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just that, like, you seem like... I'm like, and then I was like, she was black, but I wanted to make her feel racist. I was like, oh, so you think I smoke weed because I have dreads? Huh? Because I'm black? Because I look across the floor?
Hold on.
And I was like, I'm kidding. I know everyone in the world smokes weed. I just don't like feeling slow. Like, it's just like, and think about it, nobody talks about with weed the cost, because weed in itself isn't like super expensive, but the amount you eat, the amount you eat when you're high is insane, bro. I remember one time I was in, so I used to smoke when I was like in high school because I had this friend. I might have told this the podcast before, but I had this friend who he started smoking weed. This is how much of a nerd I am. First of all, I met this kid because there was a little hot Latina girl in my math class, and I sat next to her. So I was too nervous to talk to her. So I ended up talking to the kid next to me. Shout out to my boy Saeed. He had a huge, he was like Guyanese and I forget the other thing. But like some kind of like Middle Eastern. And he had like this massive fro, and like, you know how people would wear like the long sleeve shirt under the short sleeve shirt because they like music.
Oh, wow, that was an
like just like
look,
that,
bro.
He likes
he was just like that. Yeah.
He likes music.
So I would talk to him instead of her because I was too nervous to talk to her. And he started smoking weed, and his parents, they both came from third world countries. So they made this vow that like, I will never let our children go hungry. So they like would stack the pantry, 2 freezers, 2 fridges. Like, his house was full to the brim. And like, they kept, like, he had a brother and 2 sisters, and the 2 sisters moved out. So like, his parents kept buying the same amount of food. So he would start getting high, he would get me high, and then he would like look at me and be like, listen, anything in this house food wise is yours because it's going to go bad. I've told my parents to stop spending this money. They won't do it. So it's all yours, bro. I remember the one time we melted 6 different kinds of cheeses and poured it on popcorn and put it in like a salmon burger sandwich. And
the next day don't say woke up to that, bro. That I don't support his debauchery, bro.
I'm for that.
That's not fire.
I'm for that.
A sandwich and a salmon sandwich.
I'm for anything as long as it's creative and it's an attempt to create something different and new. I'm for it, bro. One time I was trying to s'more in the living room of my apartment. One time, that's how baked I was. I was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
We've all done that.
S'mores.
We've all done that, right? You put it right over the live fire over the stove, and you toast that bitch up, and then you get your other. You don't even need anything, honestly. If you're
the thing is,
like, you bought this bag of marshmallows for $1, and now you can feed yourself for 100 years. It's amazing. Sorry, Sasha.
Okay, so but the test is really, you're a piece of shit if you've done that more than once, because I tried it once, and like marshmallows that taste like gasoline are not a vibe, bro. Unless you have an electric stove, you can't do it. If you have a gas stove, that shit is gross. You are basically drinking butane and graham crackers.
Good.
Bro, that was me poisoning myself.
Yeah, I'm preparing myself for the eventual cyborg android fusion that I need to be, and I'm sucking up all those fucking fumes. I don't give a shit.
And you know what's the funny part? This is the funny part for me. I wasn't even high when I tried it, and I tried it twice in the same night, because the first time I was like, okay, this tastes like gas because I had it too close to the burner. So I tried it a second time and just held the marshmallow a little bit higher. So my arm's getting tired because it's like a foot away from the flame. And then at the end of it, it still tasted like gas. And I was like, wow, I'm a moron. Like, I just wasted marshmallows and graham crackers for this.
But like the weed market here in LA, bro, like it's fucking nuts, crazy, dog. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure well, it's not legal in New York, right?
It is.
No,
it is.
It is? Okay.
It's fully recreational, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, here and over here, there's like tons of like accessories. Yeah. Like they'll have like a bong fucking satchel where you could literally carry your bong. Like they'll have fucking these cool looking ass what did you call it? The fucking for the wax. Now that shit's the new thing, you know, like glass blown.
The rigs.
The rigs, yeah. That's like collectibles now. They're going for like thousands of dollars, you know?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Like, I'm like, bro, once you need tools to get your recreational drug use going on or whatever, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm down with the lighter carried in my pocket and a couple of zigzags. But once you're talking about like, yo, get the fucking 7/16 wrench and fucking get the jack and do this just to get a high, I'm good, bro. I'm super good.
Bro, let's talk about that also, though, right? And this is something to completely exclude you, Sasha. And I don't care.
I'll take a break and sip my White Claw.
Please do. So flour is the way I smoke also. So I roll and that's all I do. But like doing a dab, dude, like I don't understand it. Like I did it like years ago and I've tried it again, but like that kind of high is like so fucking crazy.
It's potent.
Like
it's potent as fuck.
It's like right in your face, like a sledgehammer, and then all of a sudden you're like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
like,
you guys are avid weed smokers, right? Like,
yes,
like constantly. All right. Well, here, like, I've done dabs, right?
Constantly, yes.
And fucking completely KO'd, bro. Woke up to penises drawn on my face.
Oh yeah, it'll do that.
You know what I mean? And now like hash. Have you guys ever done hash?
Hash is different.
Hash is different. It's cooler. I think hash is cooler than fucking wax. But I've been seeing these guys come in like in like TikTok or even Twitch or whatever. They'll do a fucking dab this big, bro.
Like 5 grams or some shit. Like
I don't know how many grams, food, but it's just like never ending, dude. And it's like, how the fuck do you still stand? I know one. Okay, to give you an example, I know a guy who does marketing for a big ass brand like Nike and all this stuff, right?
Sure.
The first thing he does before a meeting, bro, he gets a fucking rig and he dabs up, bro. Right before he gets like into the matrix,
in the zone.
And
right.
You're describing me.
I can't even fucking fathom what's going in his head because he's talking to me about like, all right, check it out, food sponsorship, fucking business, fucking you need this, you need that. And I'm just like, dude, slow down. Slow the fuck down, bro. You're gonna fucking...
That is slowed down probably for that guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because like for me, it's like if I don't smoke enough, it's going way too quick. Like I'm jumping from point to point. I'll actually have points in the conversation where I'll just delete certain words, and the guys have seen it. They're like, "Oh, I see what you meant there, but you didn't say this." And I'm like, "Fuck!" It's because I ran out. My bad.
Thoughts.
Like, see, the thing for me is like I have that same shit too, where like my brain is like constantly going.
Yeah.
But like between working out and like, you know, like researching different like nootropics, I've learned to like slow it down. But like when it comes to weed, like I have never found like the amount of weed that is just like you're chill. It's like I'm too slow to the point where I'm like, I feel like I'm running through fucking quicksand, and I'm like I'm trying to get a thought out, and I'm just like, and then that slowness gives me anxiety because now I'm like anxious because I can't get my words out or my thoughts out, but I can't even like move and display it. So like there was times where like, you know, back in my teens where I would be smoking and like I'm sitting there absolutely freaking out, but I can't move. And like when I told people I was stopping, they're like, "Oh, you seem fine when you're high." And it's like, you ever like laugh at a joke and like you're laughing not because it was funny, but because everyone else laughed and you want it to seem normal? like that's
Isn't
what
that
I'm like
human
when I'm
existence? Isn't that human existence? Like you're
anxiety?
Accurately describing anxiety. Oh, you mean what I take bupropion for? Like,
you mean my condition?
Oh, my bad. No, bro.
Like this White Claw will slow me down appropriately. This will give me just the right speed. Like I was having a little contentious.
But also you
talk before I got here, and then I had the beer, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool. This is real. I'm fine with this.
But also you can't knock down like sometimes a joint is fire, bro. To slow down, it's fucking gas, dog. Like you smoke a joint, like for example, in the morning, you're in a vacation, dog. You get a cup of Joe and you roll up a little nice little joint, and you're drinking coffee and you smoke that joint, dog. It turns a good morning into a fucking stupendous morning, dog.
Stupendous.
Like,
so.
See, here's the thing, though, for me. It's like everyone who smokes weed now smokes stupendous marijuana. So there's no, like, little bit of joint. Like, I've had situations, because I feel like I try maybe once a year or twice a year, and I'll take one little puff of somebody's shit, and I'm a lunatic. Like, I'm like, what is this? Yeah. What are you smoking? This is a gorilla's penis worth of fucking
crack, nigga. Smoking crack.
it is what it is, bro. Listen, my ghostwriter was really hitting the other day. Like it
Like, dude, I
does
remember
what
I
it
was.
does.
But you know what it is? Sometimes too, I'll monitor people who smoke a lot, and then I'll pay close attention to when they're not. Like there was this one kid I knew,
We
and
know
like
that. Also,
this kid, he was like, yes, I do judge you frequently. I'm peer pressuring you to stop smoking. My bad.
I feel it. I feel it. And you say like in passing, you're high. Like just that. Like I'm like,
Yes. Yes,
I'm like,
I love to
well,
condescend on this podcast. But no,
excuse you.
I like to do that too with these foods. I like to do that too, but like when I need them to be on 100% sense, like on their senses, then I'd be like, "Come on, G, like get it together." You know what I mean? But when it's like chill mode, I'd be like, "Oh, you're high? Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up."
Yeah.
if it keeps the podcast fun, I just like to joke for the most part because I never know what personality I'm getting out of either of these two guys. Whenever we go on, I have no idea what's next. I feel like I'm always the same person, but like with them, I just never know, and it's always fun bouncing it around. I like to feel like I'm the showrunner. But I remember this one kid I knew. I never saw him not smoking.
From the Muppets?
I am a Muppet. There's a fist in my ass right now.
On brand. Right back to the brand.
Is Nancy Pelosi's hand?
It's Nancy Pelosi. Way to call back.
Hey, bro.
I would love if Nancy Pelosi would fist me on OnlyFans.
Bro, she
How
would
much
do
would
it.
I got paid for that?
Fucking stacks, dog. Stacks, big stacks.
I used to know.
You'd make that back.
I used to know
really
this one
quick
kid.
too.
I used to know this one kid, and he would sell weed and smoke it. So like, it was like years of us knowing each other. I did not see this kid without a joint in his hand. Like he smoked weed in the way like cows eat grass, like all day, every day.
Yeah.
Then one day, he was dry, and he was dry for like 4 days. And I think it was like fun. I don't know. I think it was like right before it was going to become legal in PA. So like niggas just didn't have it anymore because like I don't know what happened. I don't know the economics of it.
Sure.
But I remember this kid was furious to the point of like, about nothing. Like I remember one of his boys was sitting on the couch, and his boy had he was like his boy was sitting on his couch, and his boy had like a broken arm or something. So like his boy has got like his broken arm in the cast on like the armrest of the couch, and this kid, he's so mad he needs to like do something, so he just starts hanging random artwork in his house that he's been putting off, and like he's stepping over his boy on the couch, and his boy's like, "Yo, can you like watch it? Like you see my arm is like in the cast." He's like, "Well, why don't you get my fucking way then, bro?" And I'm like, keep in mind, this kid's like a fucking 130-pound white kid. Like anybody in that room could have like open hand smacked him and killed him. So the fact that he was like popping off like this over 4 days and not smoking weed, I was like, oh, that's why you smoke all day, because you would get arrested if you didn't. All right, I see you now.
Motherfucker has issues.
Yes,
very
same.
much. And my issue is getting another White Claw.
Hey, what? So since you guys are in PA, what's PA like? Like, teach me something about fucking the East Coast.
It is nothingness.
Storms, huh? The storms suck out there.
For me, they suck for sure. I live in like now I live like way more rural. So what, like a little backstory for you, who we are. So we all grew up basically in New York City, and me and Justin are from the same area ish.
Queens, stand up.
We met in the mall, being a bunch of dorks, seeing kids, you know, like just going to concerts and rock and shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so we met Joey along the lines. He's a little younger than us, but he's way more successful and beautiful. So it evens out.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's not true.
So it definitely is true. Can you like stop? Okay.
Yeah, lay the dick out one time, Joey. Like, get hot on them. Like,
let them
you literally got us a
250,000
views. Hold on. He got us a 250,000 views just making that one little joke, bro. You killed people. You better stop.
What I mean to say is that you two are the successful ones, and I'm trying to be like y'all, my boys.
I'm trying to be like you.
I feel like you probably make more money than me, so you're living swell. I think I have potential to make more money than you at my current job because I'm in sales and there's like a commission, but I just started. So probably for the next year or so, you're going to be beating me in net worth.
Hey, that's what's up, fool. The fucking sales departments and any type of job that requires you to like flex those muscles, that is dope, bro. I fucking respect those jobs.
Sales
I'm terrified of
is
that.
such a cool position.
I've always been terrified of that. Like
Rejection
the pressure of not
sucks.
being
That's
able
why.
to make sales.
Hey,
Like,
bro, rejection is how
not
you
gonna get
learn,
fucking
doggy.
paid. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fact.
When you hear it like 100 to 200 times a day, sometimes it like it kicks you in the balls. But like when you hear that yes, and that yes is like a big yes,
Yeah.
like that's when you go, oh shit, I'm the fucking big dick on campus, bro. I'll tell you a good story, right? So anyone who listens and maybe they're in sales professions, but I think you might feel this, Frankie, more than anybody. So I speak Spanish and English and barely English because I just messed that up. But what I've always been able to do is use my sales career and my ability to speak both of those languages. So be bilingual. People love that shit, right? So they fucking they put me in a fucking burgeoning Latino market. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, like let's give them all the money for now. And then they get mad at it because I either do it well enough where I embarrass some of their like business development like
I get
roles
you.
and stuff like that. So they find ways to like kick my ass out of the way. But anyway, I was at this expo in Las Vegas, and the sale that I had happened to be the biggest sale that the company has ever had. Period, at any of those kind of trade shows. Not only did I do that, I did it in 2 different languages to 2 different people at the same time with like 20,000 people zooming past me, and I still closed them. So big dick swing, bro. That was mad fun. I love that thrill of the kill kind of shit. Like, oof.
Yeah, that bilingual, definitely here in Cali, like my bilingual flex is heavy, dog. Like I walk around
heavy, right?
Yeah, like I walk around like speaking, because okay, so there's a point where I had a job where I was doing the same thing, sales, but with like aircraft manufactured parts, right?
Okay.
So then
I think they recruited me actually. I think I might know.
Yeah, fucking. So I'm right there talking to like the main heads in English. They're mostly Asians, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. But we're in reality, what you really want to get rooted at, and where you're gonna make the sale, is with the people that are making the most work, which is the warehouse and all them fools. Like you want to capture them, and most of those fools are Latino. They speak Spanish, and they don't speak regular Spanish. They speak street Spanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that street Spanish out here in Cali is. If you know how to speak street Spanish, it's different, dog, and it's a flex.
It's way different.
I fucking love the streets, bro. Here in LA, like at night, I feel safe, dog. Like I don't even, I wear glasses, fool. Who the fuck is gonna fuck with me, dog? You know what I mean?
Hold on. Take your glasses off before I beat the shit out of you. Like, all right, cool. Like, no, you're right. I think. So I was in California for a little bit. I was actually in San Diego, and I was telling you, Frankie. So it was a legit border town. It was Otay Mesa. So if you know where that is, like it's literally up against Tijuana. So TJ's right there, and the kind of shit. What the fuck was I thinking? I just completely lost my train of thought.
Marijuana.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Oh, so the street Spanish, as you were saying, right? So literally, I go into the 7-Eleven, right? Shout out 7-Eleven, and I'm trying to like bag up whatever I got, because I guess California, even at that point, was already getting weird about bags, and they. Like it's New York caught on to that like almost a decade later, just so you know.
Yeah.
But California was already on that wave. And so anyway, I say to the guy, because I could tell like he doesn't really speak that much English, because like he's literally at the border, like 7-Eleven. So like the most of the people that he works with are like coming from TJ or Rosarito or whatever like little town that's right there. So I go, can I get a bolsa? And he said, bolsa. Like, I might as well just told him the funniest shit in the world. Yo, it's un funda. Like, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
He's like, it's a funda. He's like, you know what a bolsa is? And he's all of a sudden now he can speak English to me. And I'm like, and he's like, it's this. And he grabs his nutsack And I'm like, oh shit, is that what you guys call it out here? And we're going back and forth. And the guys like had the best like laugh at me. Like he hooked me up with a little bit of a discount after that. He was nice. But yo, man's really like laughed his ass off. He's like, I never heard anybody say that like that. I was like,
you know what? Actually, this is very topical considering I don't speak Spanish. So Frankie, are you Mexican?
Yeah.
All right, so it was actually very funny today. So I remembered I was having you in the podcast, right? And I was hanging out with my Dominican friend.
Yeah.
And, you know, she goes in and out between English and Spanish all the time. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, you know, you owe Mexicans an apology, right? And she's like, what? And I'm like, because, like, you know, I'm from New York, and, like, she's also from New York. And, like, there's no Mexicans in New York. But, like, all the white people or even, like, non-Hispanic people, they call every Latino either Puerto Rican or Mexican in New York. And nobody gets offended when they get called Puerto Rican, but everybody gets offended when they get called Mexican. And I was like, what? And I was asking her, she was like, what is the deal with that? And she's like, to be honest, like, I don't know. I was even on that shit when I was like in like 7th grade or whatever. And you know what she said to me that I learned today? She was like, did you know like Mexicans have like the purest language? Because like they like Spain never colonized y'all, because like your Spanish is more Taino than it is like Spain.
It's more indigenous.
Yes.
Don't hit me up, dog.
No, so I was actually.
I learned that today.
No, but
I was gonna bring up like Mexican culture.
So
like
I found out that Puerto Ricans and like Dominicans, most of them are Republican. Like, or not most of them, but a large portion of them are Republicans. Yeah. So like,
call them out.
Hey, fool, trip out, dog. This is what I learned. They don't like immigrants, so that's why they're so against like. Oh, and Mexicans were notorious for border jumpers. Come on, dog. We're fucking. They should put us in the Olympics, dog. As people, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying look. They don't like fucking. They don't like being called Mexicans because it's because of that reason. They don't like the border jumping, the
white supremacy. That's why.
The white supremacy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's just like it makes no fucking sense. But I get it. I get why the fuck they get mad, because it's just like Mexicans get when Mexicans get called Salvadorian. That's the same thing. They don't because Salvadorians go through Mexico to get to here, right?
Yeah.
So like
absolutely,
that's why they don't
they're the
like Salvadorians. So. And maybe it's like literally not the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing where like you get called some other race and they get offended. I don't give a shit, honestly. I mean, as long as the party's popping and I'm getting fed or whatever the fuck is going on, you know what I mean? I'm good.
Well, I was saying the Republican thing, and maybe this is like trippy bullshit shroom thoughts, but I was saying that like a lot of Hispanic people have like a kind of a spiritual war in them, because like they kind of look like their colonizer a lot, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like an Ecuador, like a Puerto Rican might look like the Spaniard that colonized them, whereas Mexicans don't look like it. Because like with black people, like there's a definitive line between, you know, me and Johnny Matthews down the street on the Mayflower. So like they can never fully colonize my spirit because I look different, even though like all of us have like 5% European because we were, you know, raped by Benjamin Franklin or whatever. but like we like because of the way we look, we never fully engage. But there's like. I'm telling you, when black people see like 5% European in their ancestry test, they're like, that definitely wasn't love that made that happen.
Like in Mexico, you'll find some food that's practically purple, dog, dark as night, fool. This food would be like cousins with some girl that's like light, blue-eyed, pink lips, blonde hair, and it's like, how the fuck are you guys cousins? Oh, it's because fucking Senor Sanchez from Spain came over here and fucking dipped it and hit her grandma. And like now, homeboy's over here fully fucking Aztec warrior, and then homegirl over here is over here fucking. She's from Spain.
I was having a whole course today about Hispanic history. How like in DR right now, you know, DR they hate Haitians even though they're on the same island, and the DR people don't want Haitians coming in, but But people from Venezuela are coming to DR because of their war, and DR is granting them asylum and citizenship. And Haitians are sitting there like, nigga, we're on the same piece of land. What are you doing? Like, let us come over there too. What the fuck?
Colorism. And we've confronted this, right?
There's a group of fucking Haitians in Tijuana right now, bro. Like,
they're waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting for fucking whatever, or they're trying to like.
Forgiveness seems to be granted. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a like when I mean a grip, dog, a whole like a grip of those motherfuckers, dog. They're like on the line washing cars. They're getting jobs.
Mhm.
I think, in my perspective, if you really want to get into it, my perspective of all this shit, fool, is like we're all one people, honestly. Like fucking, let's all
Yeah.
kick it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when it comes down to economics and political division, like then that's when the shit starts getting a little rowdy. Know what I mean?
Mhm.
But in my eyes, fucking everybody can kick it, dog.
That's a fact.
Vote
Yeah,
for
that's how it
Franky
should be.
Rosario. Alderman for Lynn. Like, yo,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna work.
Matter of fact, I'm running for mayor, dog. What's up?
Yeah, man.
Bro, well, we're the call center. That's what it is. Right here, we're gonna
We
do
have,
some cold calls
The
and get
first
people
happy,
on the board.
The first happy ending poll, fucking ballot voting system is right here.
Hi. By the way, once you vote for the Little Brown Boys, you can actually take advantage of our glory hole voting booths. You would be sent by some civil servant,
Friend, and you get one for free.
Yes. And
Have you
the
not seen a
second
glory hole
one,
in real life?
yeah,
A glory
no.
hole? Nah, I never seen one in real life.
I
I've
have
been
I think I
to.
saw one
I
in real
have.
life, but I was a kid and like did like it was. I remember I was on a road trip. My parents were taking me to Disneyland or Disney World, the one in Florida, Disney World. And we was
Disney
driving
World.
like down from New York, and I remember like I saw like a hole in the wall in the bathroom, and I didn't think anything of it because I was 9. But like I found porn like 5-6 years later, and I was like, wait a goddamn minute.
Wait
I
a
know, bro.
minute. You want to hear a Colombian ass thought? And now that my grandmother's has risen to the heavens, I will share this really hysterical story with you guys.
Oh, hell no.
You ready? So this is the most Colombian story that I'll ever tell anybody in my entire life because it involves crime, and doing crime is something the Cardonas are really good at. So I'm not allegedly, but allegedly my grandmother had a suitcase in Florida, and I had walked into the bathroom, and I opened up the suitcase allegedly, full of pepas, like pepitas, like full on. Somebody just like shit them out, like maybe a little bit ago. Little balloons of cocaine, and
Sick ass
that
fool.
because you know why I'm bringing that up, because you were talking about the glory hole situation, kind of just jumbling something as you get older. I had that moment when I got to like 27, 20, and I was like, oh, why did that room smell like latex? Because like your brain just remembers all this stupid shit, and you're like, wait, was that? And then I think it was when I watched that movie Maria Full of Grace. I was like, those balloons look very familiar. Like anybody else was doing that for no
Family.
reason in the suitcase.
My family right now, we've been going to Mexico. We've been going to TJ to buy like simple things like
Love
detergent
TJ, bro.
and fucking like just household shit, fool. Because everything's so expensive out here in California. So
Oh,
when we
hell
go to
yeah.
TJ, bro, I'd be smuggling some tomahawk steaks, bro. I'd be putting those shits in the motherfucking
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
big
allegedly,
right there.
it's the duty free, bro. Like, shut up, like,
Bro,
just shut
here-
up.
Here in Cali, a tomahawk steak costs you about $170, bro. Just one
Get the
steak.
fuck
right?
out of here, really?
Seriously, dude. And
Or
in
are we talking
Mexico,
about
you
raw?
can get like, yeah, raw, like 100, like a good one, $100 and something, bro. A fucking tomahawk steak in Mexico.
How many pounds is that?
That's like a cool like 5, 6, 5,
Yeah,
5,
I
4,
think
6.
that sounds normal, because
Yeah.
it's like 70 something over here.
Yeah, nah, bro.
So
Over
that's
there
double.
in Mexico, you could get like 4 of those shits, fool. Easy, dude. Easy. And
Love it,
juicier
right?
and better and fucking no preservatives. You won't get Down syndrome after eating it. You know what I mean? That shit's fire.
Whoa, mad cow disease making a comeback. That's what it is for everyone, bro. That must have been real deep. I don't know, man. I think I want to talk about one last thing about like just my love for Mexicans, because if I'm gonna be real with you, right, as a Latino, so kind of like what Sasha just said earlier, right? So like people, like if you weren't like Mexican or Puerto Rican, people just didn't understand what you were, and like I would there was this comedian that used to say this, and it's the truth. Depending on what part of the country you're at, is what people see you as. Like if like you go to Chicago, like you're definitely just Puerto Rican. Like you go to you're from Washington Heights, you're just a minute like you're just one of those. Like we don't understand. Like please don't talk anymore. And people feel weird about Mexicans on the East Coast because they look different. I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be controversial, bro.
We look a little special,
bro. No, they look a little different. They look a little, they look a little different. So like you go to Cali and then you see like Californian Chicanos and Cholos and just like everybody like in their fucking natural state and be like, yo, these guys are mad cool. Why can't we get those? We get the other side of the stereotype.
You get the weird fools. You get the weird ones.
Pushing, you like they're just pushing like like one of those like shopping carts filled with laundry. Their kids are like got like soccer shoes and like all kinds of crazy. Yeah, like they only live at the laundromat for some reason. They only live there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I get you.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like I have family members who decided to go to New York, right? Too. I have some family members everywhere. Dog, I'm Mexican, bro. They're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, bro.
Literally everywhere. But to be honest with me, even I look at my own family weird, bro. I'd be like, why the fuck you trying to go when it's cold? Or like, why don't you want to come over here where it's chill, bro? And I don't know. I think I agree with you 1,000%, bro. I feel like the Cali foods or like the foods that are on this side, like the West Coast.
Yeah,
those
West
foods
Coast,
know
like Colorado.
Yeah, like those foods know what the fuck they want. Like they want to be, all right, we trying to be in Arizona. We like the we like the desert. Like, we like the pools and shit like
scary.
That. But like those foods that go like Nebraska or they go to like Minnesota, those are some weird ass vatos, bro. Straight up,
they changed completely. Can you imagine like the Mexican that comes out of Minnesota? He's like, oh, Minnesota, like just completely confused. He's just got this. Oh my god,
and shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, I have some
more Detroit Hispanics. There's actually like it's really segregated here, and there's like literally a Mexican town. Like that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Like you go there, nobody speaks English. Like I've only been there because I used to have a boxing class up there. But like aside from that class, like you step out, million taco places and like nothing else. I don't know. I gotta meet more people. But like they don't like they're like a 5-minute drive from me. I never see them. I never see them. My area is black as hell.
I'm not speaking for every fucking Mexican either, bro. That's just how I see it too. I agree with you, bro. I'm like, why the fuck would you want to be in the cold weather 90% of the fucking year, and then like just you know what I'm saying? When you literally are coming to a country where you can start fresh anywhere you want to go, bro, and you choose the fucking worst place to go, dog. Come on,
you're shitting on us a little bit right now because me and Christian, we started in New York, the greatest city on earth, and then we went to Pennsylvania because the rent was cheap. Like, we definitely could have gone Nebraska. We could have gone Nebraska, and it would have been a horrible decision. But we you know what it is? We're so dumb too. Like we could have chosen Nebraska and it would have been cheaper rent and we would have hated it the same.
Yeah,
the same
$7 less a month.
How much is rent over there? Rent is fucking crazy cheap, huh?
It's changed because there's no place available now. Like there's no all right. It's very scarce.
Well,
and so
here's the thing about
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Here's the thing about Pennsylvania, right? Pennsylvania is its rent for a little bit was just like shitty tiny Pennsylvania rent, and then I guess like realtors realized, oh shit, a lot of New Yorkers move here, a lot of Philly people move here, a lot of Jersey people move here, so they're like, even if we almost double the rent, it's still less than New York. So like I remember I was looking for a place like I left Pennsylvania because like I was trying to make it work, but I was like, yo, like every for like 5 years, every year I was getting kicked out of a new apartment because they were jacking the rent up. And then like I started looking around and I was like, damn, like it's almost like Christian lives in the fucking mountains. Like I was in Allentown. So Allentown is where all the black and Hispanic people from New York go, but they go there to get married and stuff and buy a home. So it's like it's not like popping. It's still like the suburbs, but it's a little cheaper than New York.
Yeah.
But like, I'm at like right now I live in downtown Detroit and I pay $825 for a studio.
That's fire.
Which is not bad.
That's
I can find a studio for under like $1,100 in PA.
Yeah, over here in
And again,
LA,
I still
dog,
didn't want to be there.
studio LA is just a toilet and like 5x5. That's all it
I can
is, dog.
imagine, bro.
That's a
I can
And
privilege,
imagine.
you're paying like $1,800, bro. And then
Yeah.
you're next to a fucking mechanic shop that works all night. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah,
Or they got the AutoZone parking lot. It's the AutoZone's closed, with the parking lot they're still doing shit.
yeah.
it's fucking havoc out
Okay.
here, fool. To be honest, it's crazy. It's traffic anywhere you want to go, bro. It takes like 45 minutes just to fucking get like 10 miles, 15 miles. It's insane, dude. Traffic
Yeah,
is
that's New York City.
nuts. That's one thing that I'm fucking jealous of. The transportation in New York, bro. I wish I could just be like, oh, let me put my backpack on and some headphones and go.
That's crazy.
But you can't.
See,
LA
You,
train
see,
is trash, bro.
you
That
wish
train-
that
hours
until
are
a
fucked
homeless
up.
dude walks on the train and then takes a shit with 47 people on the train and then walks
with it,
out.
bro. I'm fucking with it, dog. I walk
You know
out.
it's
I'll be like,
better.
you know what
You know
to do?
it's
I'll take a
better.
picture of it. I'll
Right.
take a picture of it and be like,
content.
living the life, baby. Living the life.
It's content. It's free
Dude,
content.
it was
every
crazy
day.
too because like I didn't get my license until I was like 25 and I was in PA at this time.
Okay.
So like I remember I had driven back to New York to hang out, and I remember like I had a friend in Queens wanting to hang out with me, a friend in the Bronx wanting to hang out with me, and I'm 25 years old and I'm just now realizing that the ass end of Queens and the top of the Bronx are only like 13 miles apart. This is like an hour and a half, 2 hour train ride. And I realized this drive with like not even no traffic because it's New York. There's never not no traffic, but like with minimal going 55 an hour. This is like a 20-minute drive. Yeah, I didn't know. I did not know this.
You know,
That's
that's a
And I
trip.
was furious of all the hours I spent sitting on the train.
New York is so compact and so close, but yet so far. But LA is just like super huge, but yet like you can get there with the right choices of freeways and the right choices of streets. You know what I mean? But like the thing is
That's
about
crazy.
LA is that there's so much fucking traffic throughout certain time periods of the day, dog, and it's nuts, fool. And that's one thing I am jealous about. Like I wish I could just get on the fucking train and just go and figure it out. Because I've listened to a lot of New York podcasts of the comedy scene over there, and it sounds way popping, bro, than LA. Because in LA, if you want to do comedy, bro, you gotta stay up till like 3, 2 in the morning, bro, and you're barely gonna get up for a crowd for no people. You're gonna get up for no people. You're gonna do comedy for a bunch of weirdos, and then that's another thing. The drug use is insane here. You know what I mean? Like it's just out in the open. Like fools are just fucking smoking pipa in the cut right there. You know, and it's like it's normal. It's just normal.
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean, New York. The thing about the New York comedy scene, though, it's like the New York comedy scene, and I've never like obviously been a stand-up, but like just from what I like hear and it's like that movie Kids, bro. It's just like these like drugged up, like it's the same. It's people are drugged up. People are staying out till like 6 a.m. doing comedy.
Yeah.
You're doing comedy for like homeless assholes who stick in the club every night. And like I could be wrong. Like I said, I haven't lived in New York in a long time, but like it's like the most beautiful gutter in the world. Like if you're relevant in that scene, you're gonna get on a million podcasts. But like to get relevant in that scene, you kind of have to be a piece of shit a little bit.
Yeah. I'm fucking down, bro. What the fuck? I'm a piece of shit.
You should come.
I don't know.
I mean,
they might spike your non-alcoholic beer.
It's not my fault. I'll be faded as fuck, but it's not my fault.
No, it's I'll say this. Like I know I actually sold tickets for a comedy club over on 86th Street. So it's the scene is weird like that where it's accessible, like super accessible to people. Like because the tickets sometimes were even free depending on the show. Yeah. I remember catching Andrew Schultz at his beginning like there and he was like
right there.
He was like mildly roasting me, but it wasn't really. He was just nice to me. I've never heard him be like super nice to somebody, but he was just on me for like 15 minutes of working the crowd, and I didn't make that connection until I saw him probably like last year or something. I was like, oh shit, that's him. Like that's who I saw. Like it's a weird scene.
I love stand-up comedy, bro. I fucking love it with all my heart. So it's one of the things that that really drove me to do this podcast because I saw the potential I saw the potential in my homies because we're funny as fuck. And I was like, if we were to able to like capture this and record this, we can market this, And then once I started, getting the love that we get from the podcast, like, hey, you guys are this, you guys are that. Then I started being a little bit more confident with my comedy, Now I'm doing open mics, and I'm still an open micer, but I get chosen to do some shows sometimes. And I mean, it's one of the things that I fucking love about this podcasting thing, that opportunities are out there if you're playing your cards right. You know what I mean? So, I mean, thank you guys for like even letting me be on your platform too. So, big shout out to you guys.
Thank you for coming on, man. It's really it's a special honor for us. Yeah.
Well, can I say this? So I think like most people, I always thought about doing stand-up comedy, and I never, my thing is like stand-up comedy is really big on Instagram right now. Like people like, every day you see like a stand-up you never heard of that like has a fucking Comedy Central special. They got the clips on TikTok now, whatever. But like I went to my first live stand-up comedy show. No, not my first one, but my first amateur comedy show. I want to say like last summer, and everyone was so fucking bad, and I was like, oh, I could do this. Everyone was terrible. There was this one trans woman that got booed off because I guess bro, it was hilarious. I guess because she was trans, she thought she could say super offensive shit, but like it was not going over. So like, what was the one joke? I gotta get it right. The joke was like, oh, man, I fucked this black man, and I thought I was a born woman for the first time because I was bleeding. Like.
Yeah, like
you should have just like that was the whole crowd. Everyone was like, "That's not funny. You just said a big dick black man joke, and you're a white trans woman. I don't like this."
Once the LGBTQ community started like getting that Dave Chappelle like highlight or getting that real Netflix scandal highlight, people were out here doing crazy shit, dog, in the open mics, like going up and like trying material that was just like, that is just offensive. That's not even like a fucking joke, dog. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? People got ballsy, bro. People got ballsy, dog. And I'm out here for it, fool. Like I said, bro, I'm down with weird shit in the train. I'm down with weird shit at the open mics. I'm down with weird shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We'll find out. You know what? That's content. Like what we will film that. We're taking Franky does New York City, and we leave you on the train for 24 hours, and we see how much you like it. Like,
I'll just be trying to talk to strangers because I know New Yorkers be like, one time. All right, I'll tell you this story. One time I was in New York. I was at a Starbucks, and fucking, I was playing a video on my phone, and there was like this Jew guy in front of me. And he turned around and he grabs my phone and puts it down with my hand on it. And he's like, "That's noise pollution." And I was like, "Motherfucker." Like, this fool really just told me that I'm polluting his fucking space with my phone. Yeah. And that's when I knew. I was like, I'm in New York. I'm in motherfucking New York.
See, like, that's the other side of it. Is like, he has to be like some kind of like madman to be able to do that. Because like there's also the other side where he just could have got stabbed, like, and then that's the end of your story. Like that, like who wants to be the last words in this world? Who wants their last words to be? You're polluting the air, the noise. Like
exactly like that, bro. Exactly like that. Fool. Okay, if you really want to hear, okay, I got like 2 more stories for you. I spent like a week in Spanish Harlem. And I ran out of clothes, bro. So I was like, oh, let me go to this laundromat and fucking wash my clothes, right? Obviously. Sure. So I go into the laundromat, and then I'm putting all my clothes into a big machine because I'm like, fuck it, let me do a big load. One big, huge load. Boom, I throw it all in there. Fucking the guy playing fucking Spanish music, mopping the floor. He's like telling me, "Hey, man, put a little bit of soap. Just put a little tiny bit of soap because that machine runs a lot." And I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. I go and put like fucking half the fucking detergent, dog. That's not a little bit, bro.
To wash.
The way you're supposed to wash, right? I'm trying to fucking smell clean, dog. What's up with you, bro? I'm not trying to smell like the sewers,
Yeah.
So fucking, he just puts he watches me do it. I take off, bro. I go get a coffee. I come back. Fool, the whole laundromat is full of bubbles, bro. Bubbles everywhere, dog. Like the fucking the caretaker,
I've never
whatever.
seen that in my entire life.
The caretaker's telling me like, "Oh my god, bro! Like, why'd you do this? Why?" And I'm right there mopping the floor. My whole day was just cleaning that laundromat, making the bubbles come out of the machine. Fool, it was a mess, dog.
He made you
And
do
at the
that?
end of the day, it was
Yeah.
cool. It was so cool because I bought the guy beers, and we just kicked it all fucking day outside, like just drinking beers, bro. Like
Yo,
the rest
that's
of my day
actually
was right
dope.
there. And that shit was fun, fool. That's some New York shit, dog. Like, cause I didn't know what the fuck to do, bro. Honestly. And
Yeah,
that same
weird
night,
shit.
I went to the corner store, right? I go to the corner store. I go to a bodega. I'm fucking drunk as fuck, dog. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Get something to eat. I want a bagel. I want something to eat. You know what I mean? So I go in there, fool. A little gang of fools. It's the middle of summer, dog, and they're wearing starter jackets. You can hear these fools around the block. You can hear them like whoosh, 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 whoosh. And they're just coming like a little army of starter jacket fools. They come into the fucking store and then they tell me, "You better order, homie." Like, not like that, but they're like, "On me, dog. That's on me. You better hurry up and order," and this and this and that. And one of them like, "Hey, give me the gat. Give me the gat." And that fool takes out a fucking screwdriver this big, dog. And I'm like, in my dumbass head, I'm drunk as fuck, and I'm like, "That's not a gat." Food, the fucking the fucking guy from the corner store, he comes out around the counter with a fat ass machete this big, bro, and he scares them away, and then he scares them away, and they take off, and he's like, "You're not from around here, huh?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm from LA." He's like, "Kick it in here, buddy." So like the whole time, that whole day, bro, he's been a mess through the whole neighborhood, bro. I'm just a menace in that neighborhood. I fucked up the laundromat. I almost get stabbed with a screwdriver, and I couldn't order a fucking bagel because my life is on the line. You know what I'm saying?
It's a New York experience. That's a true New York experience. I listen. I think that's the most authentic experience because everybody goes, "Oh my god, we went to the we went to Ellis Island. We went to the Statue of Liberty. It was wonderful." Like, no, you just like, I almost got stabbed with a screwdriver by a bunch of little dudes.
Who's like fucking trying to big pun on me and shit, dog. I was like, "What the fuck is this about?"
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I go to Madison Square Garden, bro. Elmo starts tripping on me, fool. I see Elmo tripping, dog. Elmo's hallucinating. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's that fool just on drugs. Fool, that fool takes off his Elmo head and just goes bleh, like all over like a fucking pot. Bro, I'm just so let down. Yeah, the New York experience was real with me, dog. And I'm for it.
The spirits were there for you because, like, that's what it looks like most of the time. Like, those dudes are a menace. Those like
the photographer,
like those guys on the. Oh my god! Like the Dora the Explorers, the fucking Spider-Mans of the world.
It's funny because
they are a menace, bro.
I'll be over here and people will be like, "Yo, I'm headed to New York. I can't wait to Madison Square Garden. We got a room." I'm just like, God bless you guys, bro, because you guys are in for a treat once you guys get there, bro. It doesn't smell that great.
No, don't go there. Like, here's a pro tip: don't go to New York City during the summer.
It's just I learned that the hard way.
Pro tip:
no, you know where you guys go to New York City? Halloween parade, dude. Oh, the freaks are fucking out, my friend. It's like the men are like disgusting pedophiles and the women are all naked. It's a terrible combination.
You know
like
what
Halloween
they do
on Castro Street.
New Orleans. People tend to go to New Orleans for Halloween, and I think that shit's already like overrated. You know.
Okay.
But
New Orleans is more gentrified than New York, so it's like, I mean, I've heard New Orleans Halloween is cool, but I've never like experienced it, and I haven't really heard it was cool since like Katrina. But New York, like the Halloween parade, I don't know if they even do it anymore because of Corona, but like
they haven't done it the last couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I've been to the Puerto Rican
bring it back.
I've been to the Puerto Rican.
That's a different parade, bro. That's a whole different parade.
Puerto Rican all week long, dog. I was fucking with it, bro. That parade is
just Puerto Rican do-rags and flags and all kinds of sapitos everywhere. Lots of gang activity. I see.
You know what I'm happy about in New York, though? I will say this. Growing up, you'd get those guys who would like be on the train and they were like, "Show your love, not your hate. Please donate." And they start dancing on the train. All those guys are viral sensations now. It used to be like broke niggas in their 20s breakdancing on the train all day long. I remember there was one guy, I seen this guy at, like I went to work, like I had a 9 to 5 at the time, and I went to work, 8:30 in the morning, he's on the train. I get back at like 5, he's dancing on the train, same outfit. He's got 2 new kids with him now dancing, and like the little bucket he had of money was more full. And now I haven't seen like that specific guy any on like the internet, but like I've seen a bunch of those dancers. One of them is like really like rich now, like a Kid the Wiz. He like makes like beats and shit. Like he's got like a bunch of like viral SoundCloud hits. That he used to be a little dancing motherfucker on the train, and now he's like got real money. And then I think at one point, I don't know how true this is, maybe I'm drunk, but I feel like they flew him to LA to like, do the whole like brand deal, get businesses thing, and then he took his ass right back to New York and was just on the train making viral videos.
That fucking and then there's this one fool too that be on the train and he'll draw you all fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, I drew you, and it'll be like perfect. See, I'm all for that weird shit, bro.
One of my friends actually, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a rapper. He's like a white rapper. He's like kind of in the same genre as like Lil Peep. His name is Nick Prosper, and he was he's like a white guy with face tattoos. So I guess he ended up sitting across from dude who draws people and drew him.
That's dope. That's
Shout
dope.
out to Nick Prosper, Staten rapper.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Nick Prosper.
Yeah,
like you could get drawn. I mean, go to New York, man. Like do a little 6 months.
We gotta go to California.
In New York.
I'll pull up to Pennsylvania. Fuck that.
You got a crib here. You got a room.
Yeah. Is there comedy out there?
Kids?
There's definitely comedy clubs out there. No,
nothing.
There's comedy in Philly for sure, but like Philly versus where Christian lives is like Mars to Saturn. It's not.
It's
Cardona lives closer to like wildlife than he lives to like anybody cool and funny.
Yeah. We'll get our Joe Rogan on for a weekend.
Well, I live in the hills for sure. But listen, this has been a fantastic episode. I am so grateful to you, Franky. Thank you for jumping on. This was even pretty put together pretty quickly, and the fact that we got it through and we had a blast with you. I'm grateful to you and the little brown boys.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys.
I want to hear. I know you spoke to me about something that you were doing. I don't know if you can talk about that, but plug whatever you got to plug.
All right, so the Little Brown Boys, obviously on all social media and all podcast platforms. We have an event coming along here in Linwood. We're gonna do a bunch of skateboard giveaways for the skater homies. It's gonna be well planned out. I mean, I know that you guys probably can't make it, obviously, because you guys are so far. But it's a great way to get the community to tap in with us and people to see. We're gonna vlog it, so they're gonna see what we're trying to get to do and shit. And then I have a bunch of vlogs, a bunch of shit coming out. Just a matter of time that we blow out with we come out with our new latest merch. We're gonna come out with some merch. We got some salsas. You gotta send me your address. I'll send you guys some salsas from our merch. Yeah, it's called Stupid Dummy Salsa because that shit is stupid dummy fire. You know what I mean?
Oh, send me a skateboard, dude. I'm trying to get back into it.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, I'm down, bro. So we're just trying to do cool shit for cool fools, dog. Honestly, dog. That's all we're trying to do.
That's great.
I love that.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Sasha, if you want to plug everything else and
follow National Meat Treasure at National Meat Treasure on TikTok and Instagram, and at NMT Pod on Facebook. Follow me at thin.cruel.lips on Instagram and TikTok, or find me at your nearest glory hole. Maybe I might suck you off, maybe I might finish you, maybe not, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what mood I'm in.
With this vision, we are gonna do so much for Alderman Franky.
I would really like to be your
She's under the table right now with her fist still in my ass.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Hey, I want to give a shout out to homie right here, Joey. That depression clip, top notch, bro. That shit made me laugh like super hard. I was like, oh, this fool. That's a well written joke right there. Shout out to you, man.
That was that's rough, saying some ridiculous shit about yourself like that on the internet.
And not like almost a million people know it. Like it's cool.
like half a million people are like, wow, man, that's a real problem.
It's like 250,000 people saw it, and hundreds of people are like, it went stupid for no reason, and it's because it's hysterical. But I love the fact for you, like somebody's gonna like bump into you, be like, oh shit.
Yeah, yo, you're still
guy.
You're still
You're
depressed.
You still depressed though?
Are you still the perfect size?
Yeah. Still am. Still perfect. It is still perfect. Yeah, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Saint Thrillah.
Hell
And follow Through Bam on all streaming platforms.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
At perfect size on FetLife, you know.
Unhinged.
That's gonna be my OnlyFans name. Yeah.
Hey, the perfect, bro.
Yo,
we are capitalizing on this.
I'm gonna make.
I would
beats,
fully pay
like,
to see your penis.
naked. I'll make beats naked.
Ooh,
With your
camera.
just use your
I'm gonna
fucking
keep
dick.
naked.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll leave this image with you guys. There was a guy, and I'm sure there's multiple now, that was cutting hair naked and getting sucked off. So that's what I'm going to send off everybody with today. It's been the National Meat Church. Remember, we drop episodes every Thursday. This will be Thursday live, some way really early in the morning, because we want you to see it right away. And we love you. Thank you. Have a good night.
all right, peace out.
Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23-0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy, never lost it. Now